Welcome to Seattle for the Seattle 500, presented by 7-Eleven. We are here in Seattle Motorsports Park for Season 1, Race 1 of the NASCAR Mania Cup Series. Your drivers to watch out for today: pole sitter Chase Elliott snagged the pole from his teammate Jimmie Johnson yesterday. Dual winners Ryan Blaney and Kurt Busch are starting 3rd and 4th today. They should be strong today. Look for them to run up front all day. Now for a moment of silence to support the troops who fought for our country on this Memorial Day weekend. Alright, now it's time for the command. Gentlemen, start your engines. The cars roll to life as we look at your starting lineup. In row 1, we already talked about him, Chase Elliott and Jimmie Johnson. Then in row 2, your dual winners, Ryan Blaney and Kurt Busch. Row 3, we got William Byron and Bubba Wallace. Row 4, Brad Keselowski and Clint Bowyer. And then in row 5, rounding out the top 10, the 22 car and the 20 of Erik Jones. Row 6 is Kyle Busch and Aric Almirola. And in row 7, we got Alex Bowman and Martin Truex Jr. Row 8, we got Austin Dillon and Paul Menard. And in row 9, Daniel Suarez and Kyle Larson. In row 10, rounding out the top 20, is Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin. And behind them is Jamie McMurray and Michael McDowell. Row 12 is Ty Dillon and Matt Kenseth. And in row 13 is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and AJ Allmendinger. Behind them is David Ragan and Casey Kane. And behind them is Matt DiBenedetto and Chris Buescher from Texas. Then behind them, we got 2 Xfinity drivers, Ty Majeski and Cole Custer. And then Ryan Newman and Corey LaJoie. Behind them is Greg Galding, Justin Allgaier. And rounding it out is Chase Briscoe. Our race facts today: 15 laps. Stage 1 and 2 is 4 laps. The final stage is 7 laps. We're getting ready to go green here in Seattle. First, the weather. Mostly sunny, 10% chance of rain, and it is 74 degrees. And the green flag is in the air as they head down to the stripe. And it is official. For the first time in NASCAR Mania Cup Series history, we are green. Chase Elliott pulls it into turn 1 with the nose out front, but Ryan Blaney makes it 3 wide. We go on board with a Jimmie Johnson. And caution is out. Ryan Blaney spins out. In turn 1, it's risky going on the inside, making a bold move like that. And he just spun out. I think he got loose, hit Chase Elliott, and it kind of sucked his car around. Pit stops are underway now. Ryan Blaney is going to come in and get 4 fresh tires to replace the ones that he just spun out on. And Denny Hamlin has some right front damage. We'll see if that affects him as he comes in and gets that repaired. Green flag is back in the air for the final lap of stage 1. And Jimmie Johnson and Chase Elliott head on down to the green flag and into turn 1. Clint Bowyer trying to go through the middle as they head through turn 1. And shout out to our camera crew as they get up here really early in the morning, set up their camera, and they work all day. So thank you to them for their work, and we really appreciate it. So they go down the backstretch now. William Byron made it 3 wide for the lead. Actually made it work this time. It is clear with Bubba Wallace pushing him. Byron is fully clear through turn 3 with Wallace still pushing him as Jimmie Johnson and Chase Elliott, the 2 Hendrick guys, falling back on that outside. Byron got a great run through turn 1 and 2 in the short chute. Byron gets loose. Byron gets tagged by Bubba Wallace. William Byron gets nudged out of the way, and Bubba Wallace is going to win stage 1. Wallace wins the first stage in NMCS history. Amazing run to the stage end in Seattle. William Byron is not happy on the radio with Bubba Wallace. Here you see your stage 1 results. Wallace, Byron, Jones, Johnson, Chase Elliott round out your top 5. Almirola, Bowyer, Kurt Busch, Menard, and Keselowski your top 10. William Byron is not happy. Breaking news, Denny Hamlin has gone behind the wall after first lap contact. Too much damage to continue for that 11 team. Unfortunate for them, as now the two enemies start right beside each other, and we are green in Seattle for stage 2 now. As they dive into turn 1, Byron does have his teammate pushing him. That is an advantage, and that is helping Byron stay with Wallace to the corners. Byron now gets his nose out front through turn 2 and down the backstretch. It looks like Byron is clear. Almost. Wallace is going to dive it in though. Byron still not clear. Here as they are 3 wide in the middle of the pack. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see some 4 or 5 wide throughout this race, as through the corners this track can fit 4 and 5 wide. So through turn 4, the first lap of stage 2 is complete. It looks like Byron is going to lead it. Boyer is sideways! Clint Boyer is sideways and saves it through the corner. Went off the nose of Kyle Larson. 4 wide in the back of the pack. I told you we would see that. As where did Kyle Larson come from? Kyle Larson is marching into the top 5 with Michael McDowell. Larson has come to spoil the party. Larson into 3rd now. Larson's going for the lead. Into turn 3 with Michael McDowell and Jamie McMurray's help. Kyle Larson shoots to the lead. And Michael McDowell is going for 3rd. Amazing. Kyle Larson just got the run on the inside. Went to the inside. And then he just stayed down there, created this 3rd line. And now, look where they are. It's called 1st place. So Kyle Larson is still out front as they are 3 and 4 wide in the back of the pack still. Through turn 3 they go. As Michael McDowell takes 2nd away from Bubba Wallace. Great run for the Front Row Motorsports team that was expected to struggle most of the season. Having a great run, a great underdog story today for the 34 team. As William Byron has dropped back big time from the lead. He was in the lead. Dropped back to about 6th place now. As Wallace back into 4th now. Suarez having a good run into the top 5. He's had a quiet day. But here he is running 4th, 5th place, right around there. And to be honest, that's where he's been ever since the start of stage 2. Let's head through turn 3 now. Suarez now on that inside. Larson goes high, and Suarez is down on the inside. As Suarez trying to make a move. And Kyle Larson is going to win stage 2 in Seattle. And we have a spinner across the line going back trackside. Logano spins across the line. I don't know what the heck happened. I think he went off the nose of Eric Almirola. Kyle Larson wins stage number 2. Here's your stage 2 results. Larson, McDowell, McMurray. Bubba Wallace up there. Byron, Suarez, DiBenedetto. He's been quiet all day. Eric Jones, Jimmy Johnson, Clint Boyer. Round out your top 10. So Logano came in. He goes to the back of the pack after his spin. Kyle Larson and Michael McDowell. Larson doesn't get going. Kyle Larson does not get going. He was expected. Kyle Larson did not get going on that restart. Paul Menard is sideways. But Paul Menard is hard into the wall. Hard hit for Paul Menard. He is okay climbing out of that car into a cloud of smoke. Paul Menard's day is done. Took a vicious hit into that wall. Back to Kyle Larson as you see Menard getting towed away. Back to Larson. he didn't get going in first gear. McDowell was able to get neck and neck with him. Luckily, he had that inside, so he was able to pull back away and get going from there. As you see, Hamlin still in the garage, can't recover from that first lap contact. But Larson did not get going that last restart. Let's see how he does this restart. Still doesn't get going. Kyle Larson gets left out to dry. Kyle Larson gets left out to dry. Michael McDowell takes control of this race. 2 restarts in a row. Larson just can't get going. The first one, he was able to recover, get a push, and get that inside. This time, can't recover. Falls back through the field. Luckily, he's able to duck in line behind Jamie McMurray. And McDowell still has the lead. Can't Michael McDowell pull off the upset? Or can Jamie McMurray pull off the upset? Caution is out. Caution down the backstretch. It's for Kyle Busch and Stenhouse. It looks like Kyle Busch cut down on Stenhouse's nose. Spent Kyle spinning. He came back up into the field. And a vicious hit for both of them into the wall. Both their days are done. As they are both up against the wall, they will probably not be happy with each other. Stenhouse will probably be mad for Kyle cutting down. But then Kyle will probably be mad for Stenhouse. Just because he was in the wreck and he got crashed out because of Stenhouse getting that good run. There you see Kyle Busch getting towed away, and now Stenhouse goes to the garage. Both their days are done, unfortunately. So we're going to go to overtime with 2 laps to go. Caution comes out, it's over. If we stay green, we stay green, and we go to the end. We are getting ready to go back green. We are green in Seattle. McDowell gets that good run, as well as that push from Larson. This time, Larson's able to get going. McDowell is clear of McMurray, but that's because he got that inside. Jones is in the wall. Byron goes sideways, sends Eric Jones into the wall. Jones is smoking now. It's exactly what Michael McDowell wants to see as we go on board. We go on board with Michael McDowell, and Eric Jones is still smoking. He has gotten to the bottom of the track. What Michael McDowell wants to see right now is either the yellow or the white flag. Larson gets blocked. Larson gets spun into the wall as he blocked McMurray all the way up to the wall. As now McMurray and Larson losing positions. Final lap for Michael McDowell. McMurray got blocked up into the wall by Larson, and McMurray had no choice but to cut down on Larson. Did send Larson into the wall. He saved it, though. However, he lost numerous positions. DiBenedetto sideways through the grass. They are doing everything they can to win this race. Down the backstretch, they go for the final time. McDowell into turn 3. Pulls up, blocks Byron. Byron goes low. He gets squeezed. Byron spins. Back up onto the track. He gets into DiBenedetto. Vicious hit from Byron and DiBenedetto. McMurray has nowhere to go. And Bubba Wallace gets plowed by Larson. Michael McDowell wins the race under caution as Byron took a vicious hit. And Byron squeaks in a second place finish. As he was spinning, he spins across the line and gets a nose across the finish line as Byron is going to finish second. So Byron is going to get towed away after that vicious impact. By the way, all drivers have left their cars. They are okay. They are all going to the Anfield Care Center. DiBenedetto, Wallace got plowed. And our main concern is not DiBenedetto. Jamie McMurray had nowhere to go. So Michael McDowell is going to burn it down in front of the stands. But Matt DiBenedetto took a driver's side hit from William Byron. Hopefully he's okay. He did get out under his own power, so that is good. So Michael McDowell was in victory lane, celebrating his underdog win. and he is locked into the playoffs. Now for your top 10 in points, which is your top 10 finishing results as well. They are the same. Michael McDowell, William Byron, Chris Buescher finished third today. Nice job for him. Blaney Johnson. Blaney recovered from that spin early. Larson is in 6th. Torres, Boyer, Elliott, and Ty Dillon rounds up the top 10. So that's your top 10 finishing results and points. Thanks for watching. Congrats to the 34 team. And the next race is Austin, Texas.